Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guest is Peter Byck.
Hi, everybody.
And Peter's with us today. We did a little bit of an interview this morning. They came in last night, him and his film crew got to do a paddock move. We went out and saw the cattle.
Gorgeous.
It about froze to death, but
It was cold.
we got some good video, and you got to see the cow herd. And Peter, you were here in 2014.
Yep.
We hosted the Grass-Fed Exchange that year.
Yep. That was in
And,
July.
I don't be honest with you. I don't remember you.
That's
there
cool.
were so many people.
Yeah,
I
I don't
there's
even know if
300.
I met you.
Yeah. So
You were busy.
it was cool that you came though, and you said you made a comment a while ago in the interview. You said that was early in your career, and you said it was
Gorgeous.
a wonderful experience.
Yeah, beautiful farm.
And so, Peter, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're about, and why are you here in Missouri right now?
Well, I make movies about good farming, and I focus in on grazing. I focus in on folks who are doing adaptive grazing, mob grazing, holistic grazing. And I've also helped bring together a team of scientists to study it, to see if the adaptive grazing is more productive, more carbon in the soil, more nitrogen in the soil, more grassland birds, better greenhouse gas cycling, better water cycling. And the answer is yes, 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 yes. And so now we have a lot of published research, and we've made a documentary series called Roots So Deep, You Can See the Devil Down There. And so that, rootsodeep.org, is where everybody can come see our film. May 28th, it'll be up. And then on social media, which you're so good at, our handle is @CarbonCowboys. So we're getting folks, we're building that up too.
Yeah.
And so if we could get a little bit of your expertise in that world, it would be a good thing.
Well, you've been doing this a while. I mean, when you said you knew Neil Dennis,
Yep.
Neil and I go way back. Neil's been here.
Oh, good.
He stayed in this house, I believe.
That makes sense.
Anyway, Neil's he was a wonderful guy.
Awesome.
And Neil was always pushing the envelope.
Yep.
Trying to get things going. And he said, Greg, my family tree on the male side is not long lived.
Uh-huh.
He knew it.
Yep.
And so that's why he was so, energetic.
He kind of hit the same number as dad and his granddad hit.
Exactly.
Yeah, 60 or whatever
Yep.
it was, 65.
Yep. Wonderful guy.
Yeah.
But Peter, at the end of the day, we all have to make a living. And I think what's so exciting about what we're doing here, this regenerative, is we actually are building. We're building healthy soil.
Yeah.
We're building healthy plants. We're building healthy animals. At the end of the day, we eat those animals. So we're building healthy people.
But you're also having a healthy impact on your marriage.
Absolutely.
Like you were told that if you kept doing what you were doing before, not that you were doing regenerative, but you were also stretching yourself too thin.
Too thin.
3 herds.
3 herds.
Bring it into one.
Bring it into one.
Too long of off-farm job.
Yes.
Try to get that weeded down.
Yes.
How do you guys deal with health insurance?
Well, Jan and I both worked in town, and I had health insurance because, I worked there 30 years.
Yeah.
I quit when I was 50.
Okay.
And when I quit, Jan was working at the University of Missouri.
Okay.
And so when I quit, I was able to get on Jan's insurance. And now Jan, when she retired, she's able to keep that. And we have to pay the premium.
Okay, so you can keep that.
Yeah, we pay the premium on it, but...
Because you and I talk about what we would do if we were the head of the USDA.
Yeah.
I would make sure that farmers had health insurance.
Yeah, because, one
Like
bad...
affordable health insurance.
One accident and they're done.
And so many farmers are keeping their off-farm job
Yep.
so they can keep the health insurance.
Yep.
And that off-farm job is keeping them from growing more food better.
Yeah.
So it's not
Or
helping
or the wife has to work off the farm
Right.
for the health insurance. Yeah.
And then that's a stress on the family.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to your quality of life.
Yeah.
And since we've changed to embracing nature instead of trying to fight nature,
Yeah.
our quality of life has skyrocketed. And
It just makes sense, Greg.
I get that all the time.
But yet so many people aren't doing it because they're being trained differently.
Yeah.
I think a lot of farmers don't know about their soil. It's not like a criticism of the farmer. It's just they weren't taught about soil. Soil health isn't a thing.
Yeah.
You were saying you met a big farmer who said he doesn't even need soil health.
No.
He just needs something to hold
the seed in place.
Yeah.
He'll give it everything it needs.
with a bottle.
Yeah.
So
It's almost like a pharmacy.
it is exactly
Yeah.
like a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Or a drug dealer or a,
Instead of eating healthy soil, they just pop a pill.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. When you're not going to, it's just like Fred Provenza and Stefan von Fleet. Are you familiar with Stefan?
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing all this nutrient density profiling of meats and things like that. And they're just seeing that the phytonutrients, the plant nutrients that are getting in a healthy system are getting into the meat. And now they're measuring how it gets into the person who's eating the meat.
Yeah.
And so they're tracking the health, right?
Yep.
And so if you think a pill's going to replace that, like we don't even know a speck of what is happening, but we know something very good is happening.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
And
I'm not a farmer. You're a farmer. But I get to visit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You all let me pay visits.
So you get to see a lot of different farms, and you get to go out on the land, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for quite a few years now.
Yeah, I've been on the farms specifically since 2013.
Yeah. And you also teach a class in it's at Arizona State.
Yeah.
And what's that class on?
It's documentary production, so I teach students from the schools of sustainability and journalism, and we get folks from the other parts of the university to say, hey, can I take the class?
Mm-hmm.
I teach them how to make a short 6, 5, 7 minute documentary
Yep.
about a solution. I prefer, because then more people will watch the film.
Right.
But it's whatever they're focused on. This semester, one film's on dark skies and how light pollution is really bad for people.
Yeah.
Bad for animals.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole cycle of things they're teaching me. And the other class is on pollinators.
Okay.
And
Cool.
they're just interviewing the heck out of people. I'm like, you don't need 10 people in a 5-minute film. Do the math.
Yeah.
And so as is what's happened in the last 4 or 5 semesters, they're really late. They're going to have a big mountain to climb at the end of the semester.
Those are cool subjects.
I care, but I have to stop worrying.
Yeah. Those are cool subjects, though.
That they picked.
Yeah, they picked.
I don't pick them.
Okay.
I don't pick them. The more I don't get in their business,
Yeah.
the better the films are.
Well, back to this whole regenerative agricultural process, and we're starting to hear more and more about regenerative.
Yeah.
When it first started out, it was sustainable, and then people started talking. Well, is sustainable a good word?
Yeah,
Gabe Brown.
Gabe turned me around on that.
Yeah.
Like right when I got to the School of Sustainability, he's like, "What do I want to sustain here? I got to regenerate this stuff."
Yeah.
And so I've been quietly campaigning. Can we change the name of the School of Regeneration or And I'm not getting much traction, but what the heck?
Yeah.
I'll try.
Well, you just got to do the best you can do every day. And so people have said, Greg, how do you change the direction of American agriculture?
Yeah.
And I really believe we got to get more young folks on the land, not less.
Yep.
And the trend right now is the opposite. You got to get bigger, or get out.
But I think there's a lot of young people that are coming to the farm.
Oh, there is. That's what I'm saying, though. It is turning around.
The tattoo contingent is coming hard.
Yes, and I think there's hope because there's so many of those people coming back.
Yeah.
A lot of them are baby boomers. They worked in town their whole life. They got a nest egg, and now they want to come back to the land.
So that's that, folks.
Yeah.
But then I'm talking about the
young ones.
Yeah, the digital natives, the folks in their 20s.
Yeah. And that's the missing link to them would be the land access. How do you get on the land when you're 20 years old?
And the folks who want to be on the land right now in their 20s, they have the energy, they have the positive outlook and the what it takes, to weather the hard times because they've got a goal and a purpose. That's what we need right now. We need a lot of land available to those folks now. Like we need Rockefeller Foundation. We need all the big foundations. Like, let's get those folks on land now. It's great to be working all around the planet.
Yeah.
But this country leads the planet.
Yeah.
We do. When I go around to Europe and stuff, they're all like, we're waiting on y'all.
Yeah.
Like, there's something special about, you know what's special about our country, this country, United States? Diversity.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the soil. It's the same thing with our guts.
Yeah.
It's the diversity of human beings in this country.
Yeah.
That make it such an engine.
Yeah.
And so we need all of the folks here, doesn't matter where they came from.
Right.
Like my wife's from South Africa.
Yeah.
And when she got her citizenship, I just saw the picture this morning of the day she got her citizenship. She has our babies, like Lincoln was 2 months old when she got her citizenship. And we were in Louisville, Kentucky, just a random day at the federal building. And there were people from 105 different countries who wanted to be part of this country.
Yeah.
And the judge thanked them all. He thanked them all personally to whatever they went through to get here.
Yeah.
And a lot of them went through a lot to
yeah.
get here.
Yeah.
To get here, to be with us.
Yeah.
And as soon as they say right hand, they swear to the Constitution, they're Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not American when you're in another country for generations.
No.
You're an American immediately here.
Yeah.
And
well, I've been to a lot of different countries, and
Yeah.
every time I come back to America, I'm like, this is a pretty darn good, sweet place to live.
It's a pretty good place to live. I mean, we got our stuff just like anybody,
We do.
but
Relatively safe, and
Yeah.
we have a pretty good economy, and you can still own land.
Yeah.
And you're still rewarded for if you want to work, or if you want to start with nothing and work your way up, you can still do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I think
there's opportunities.
I think with the kids, the young folks, let's get I just agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's get them land
Yep.
as quickly as possible. That should be a thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Peter, it's been great
Greg, awesome.
interviewing you. Thank you for taking the time with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Look forward to collaborating with you in the future.
Yeah.
And
Let's not wait another 10 years.
This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Folks, y'all on the way out, please hit that subscribe button if you will, and we'll see you next time.